Today you've caught me in my workshop just doing a little bit of maintenance on my chop saw. It really pays to do that from time to time. Give them a brush around with a brush to get rid of dust, have a good look and a hoover out, and give them a clean from time to time, and just check on nuts and bolts and make sure everything's bolted down. It really pays you to do this because it's so easy to lose. I've lost 2 nuts off this wood strut here onto this frame, and I've been into the workshop and I've found a couple more, and it's so easy for them to shake off and end up in sawdust, and you hoover them up and you don't notice them. But you know, the chances of accidents happen are greatly reduced if you just do a bit of maintenance from time to time. So I'll just fix these 2 on. These a bit tight. That's it, and that one. Perhaps a stiff nut would have been better in this situation, but whoops, I've dropped it. Start again. And it just sticks through enough. That's got it. That's got it. I think it pays to keep tools and equipment in nice order. Not only does it make for safe practice, but it's a pleasant to use. And this isn't particularly an expensive machine, but that's better. I like it. That's on there solid. Jolly good. The reason I tilted this up is I gave a squirt to that central pivot. This part that tilts or does the degrees in angle cutting was a bit stiff, so I've blown it out and I've given it some WD-40, and that's cured that nicely, and it now moves exactly, you know, nice and sweet as it should do. From time to time it's a good idea to check and I've unplugged, that is at 90 degrees to the table, and that when it's on 0 here it is at 90 degrees to the back fence. You might be surprised that you know how inaccurate some of these cheapo things are. This one's not a bad one. This is made by Firm. This is an FKZ 250. I've had it for several years and it was second hand, and the blade was somewhat loose, and there's a video of mine where I've replaced the main bearing there, and that's held up very nice, and I'm very pleased with that. As well as putting some WD on the bottom, I've gone round where it joins and round the back, and it's made it, because there's no actual bearings in the centre, it's not that sort of quality of job, but it's not bad. I quite like it. If I bring the camera around and zoom in, bear with me. Okay, well I don't know how well you can see this, but I quite like this one. It's good die castings. The body of the machine and all the table is a lot hard. Well, I say a lot hard, some are plastic and horrible. But I quite like the idea that the graduations here are part of the castings. They're raised up into the casting. You get a lot of cheap and nasty ones. Go to the B&Qs of this world and Machine Mart and all that sort of rubbish. They're usually a stuck-on label. A, it may not be stuck on right. You check it. And B, the ends curl up and they're awful. Just for the sake of putting that in the die when this was made. But how well this shows up here. Can I get in further? Possibly. After a while, this, because you're just looking at the alloy, this gets a bit dull, oxidised, and you can clean this up no end. If you get, where is it? You get yourself some wet and dry, and here I've got some silicon carbide paper. This is 320, and I've got a couple of pieces of wood, no bigger than that size, and I've just with some contact adhesive, sprayed on there, stuck it on the paper. I'm just going to give, so you've got a flat surface, I'm just going to give these highlights a little bit of a rub. You watch the difference, it's quite amazing. If I just give that a minute and go like that, I think you can see already how well they're standing out. It's very pleasant to see something like that. So I'll carry on for a few minutes. You can see what it's like before, and you can see the end result. Well, I think you can see the results speak for themselves. They're nice and clear and crisp now. It's really pleasant to see that. So much nicer than a stuck-on label, I hope you'll agree. Let's pan back, other way. Okay, if you don't have raised, embossed or whatever it is, graduations, yours might be in there. You can clean those up as well. Don't try dribbling in paint and wiping it off with a rag, it never works. Get yourself a white crayon. I use this a lot in engraving on radio knobs and things like this. And just simply go all over the whole lot and then get a rag and just buff it up, and it'll jump out at you. It's so much nicer, isn't it? So there we have it. Quick bit of maintenance. And I've been in here 20 minutes at the most, and it's a job well done.